Ooh, welcome back to another episode of WASD and Beyond. You may notice that there is no Nicholas here. You're just stuck with me and Evan this week. How you doing,
He's
buddy?
gone.
He's
I'm doing all right.
gone.
How are you?
I'm doing better than Nick is.
We're both doing better than Nick is.
Yes, Nick is gone this week, so it is just Evan and I trying to piece together the reins because everything has been ran from Nick's computer for the last handful of years, and I haven't done this in a long time, but we are here. He should be back next week, I would assume.
I would hope so.
He's a little under the weather. He's been on an all liquid diet. He told us we had to talk about it. As much as I didn't want to talk about it, I feel like we kind of have to. It is his wish. He's not dying or anything, for the record. This isn't like his final wish. John Cena didn't walk into his room or anything like that. But yeah, no, he gets his colon checked out tomorrow, so that's cool.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
I think so.
Me it was tomorrow. Oh, that's crazy.
So yeah, he's been probably not too far from a bathroom for the last 2 days, I think is what it is. So that's fun.
Even when he was at work on Monday, he was kind of going in and out quite often.
That's kind of a normal state for him, really, though, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing is that it kind of isn't at our office because he always gets frustrated because there's usually someone else in there and it has to be empty.
Oh yeah, of course. He's a very particular pooper.
Yes, he is.
So yes, it is just Evan and I. This week has not been exceptionally exciting as far as news goes, so we kind of figured we'd just do a little bit of an October roundup, as this is a very busy month in video games for releases, and we just had a Steam Next Fest, and oh my god, yeah, a lot of things to play, and I was going through my list of things that I have played, and it was much, much longer than I expected it to be, and so yeah, that's kind of going to be the episode today, a little bit different, and granted, Nick and I have kind of been doing this recently, where we'll just do a roundup of the month, because it is what it is, so.
Right.
But one game that we have both been playing, and we won't talk about it too incredibly long because it has already been kind of talked about quite a bit on here, but Battlefield 6.
Yes.
Holy shit.
It's been something.
Yeah. So it feels like Battlefield's back. I just don't go to the Discord, or not the Discord, the subreddit, because it's not good over there.
No.
If you just choose to enjoy the game and live your own life, not too bad. Yeah, they're all sorts of mad about the season pass that's coming out because there was a skin that had a lot of blue on it, and they're like, we don't want this, and
it
that's
has
fine.
like fangs or something on the mask too. It's like, but it's not that bad. It's like pretty.
They're concerned it's like a slippery slope type of thing, I guess, but I also think they're being a little bit dramatic, if I'm being perfectly honest. As far as the actual game goes, like, I am really enjoying this. It feels like Battlefield's back. We have had at least eight people playing almost every night since it has come out. We have to do that awful thing because we still don't have platoons where you have to have one squad join in and then try to join in on that squad from there, and it kind of sucks. Yeah, it's certainly less than ideal, and I understand not letting a full 32-man team join, but can we get 8? Can we get 8? Just 2 squads. That's all I'm asking for.
2 squads is pretty, I think, like perfect, because I mean, I would argue a platoon will probably be like, maybe, I don't know how big a platoon's going to be. I don't remember how it was in the old games, but if it just gives you the basic functionality of like getting to do that where you get like a larger group of people together and then you can queue in, it'd be perfect. That's all it really needs to me.
I feel like
a name, all that, but
8 is fair, 12 is probably fair. Like, you get more than 12 once you start approaching half of a team. Yeah, it kind of becomes a shit show, but 8 is it's a fourth of the team. Like,
yeah, it's really nothing crazy.
And we're doing it anyway. We just have to do it the hard way. I don't know.
Right.
That's
it would be, I think it'd be nice too, because you get the other, I would hope if you do that, you could have a separate icon. So you could do, or the icon would be green for the other 4 people that aren't in your squad necessarily. So you could know, because that's kind of the other thing it's kind of frustrating to me is because I know where like you and two other people are, but I have to specifically look at each other name to find the other guys.
And there's so much going on. It's very hard to do.
Yeah, that's not worth it, in the grand scheme of things. You're getting shot at, things are falling on you, helicopters are bound to hit you at some point because it's like a Michael Bay movie all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I agree though. I think it'd be nice to have some platoons with at least eight people would be. I almost said 8 squads. That's crazy, but like, yeah, I agree.
I think the only other thing I don't care for as much is the fact that most of the maps are almost exactly what we played in the beta. I was hoping for maybe a couple more maps than what we have. It seems either that or I just keep getting the same maps, I guess, is also an option.
Yeah.
And we do play a lot of the same game modes, so we are probably on a pretty similar map rotation, all things said and done. But I am already starting to get burnout on the maps a little bit because I burnt myself out during the 2 beta weekends of playing nonstop. Right. So I definitely do want to see some more maps there, which I'm sure we will be getting. And there might even be one coming with this first season. I'm not entirely sure. 2. 2, perfect.
So one next Thursday, which is like an oil field set in California Badlands. And then sometime in November, there's another California map called Eastwood, which is more of like a Hollywood Hills type, really nice.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that now. Yeah.
Yeah, there's I saw yesterday because I guess a bunch of content creators got to play it and they were like showing things off. You can drive golf carts because there's a golf course on the map. So I was like, perfect. Yeah. Like, great. Bringing it back. Yeah, no, I'm excited, especially for the season 1 stuff looks like it's going to be pretty exciting. I, for one, to just say real quick, skins look fine to me. I can't believe people are really complaining about it. And that subreddit is I get, because for whatever reason I need to figure out how to turn it off. Reddit just likes to send me notifications of the subreddit you go to from time to time, and the Battlefield one is always like a caption, like the title is always like Dice has ruined me or Dice has done it again or whatever, and I go, oh, Dice has done it again, maybe it's a good thing. Click on it and it's like they're already giving up on the game because of this blue skin that has like a lot of blue on it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a game. Like,
right. You could choose not to use that. We have a ton of milsim. Like,
there's a scale here though, right? Like, you can have a skin that just has some different, like, brighter colors that isn't just inherently like cartoony, in my opinion. And like, who cares? It's a game. If you're seriously worried about that in the middle of getting shot at in that game, it's like you have other priorities.
Right. I find it definitely over the top. I understand some of the concern too, because it is like that's what Call of Duty did originally too, where they like kind of dipped their toe into it, and now you can play as fucking Rick and Morty or Beavis and Butthead and the Ninja Turtles and
the Ninja Turtles. I was gonna say
Nicki Minaj. Like I get some of the concern, and I also do not want it to reach that point, but a little bit of color is not gonna kill us. I half of the skins, the milsim skins, I personally can't even tell the difference between half of them. Maybe that's because I am not well versed in the various fatigues of the militaries, but
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I mean,
I'm cool with a little bit of flair, right? Like a little bit of flair is fine. That's cool, whatever. But yeah, the doom and gloom that's happening is pretty rough.
Yeah, well, it's like at the end. Somebody pointed out today too. I saw on a Twitter post where they were like, at the end of the day, like, do you think people are going to spend $15-$20 on a battle pass to get the same gray, tan, forest green, desert camo? Like, they're not going to want to do 60 levels of that. They're going to want to have something that feels like at least cool to get. And in my opinion, I was like, they all do look pretty cool. Like, I think they all look pretty nice. There's a couple which I think they just kind of look goofy in it. It's more just from a practical sense. Like, there's one that has like neon green like highlights on it, and it's like, well, yeah, if I wanted to be a traffic cone and get shot at, sure, but like, I'm not
like,
gonna
hey, I'm over here, shoot me.
Right. Yeah. But like the other ones, they looked fine, and even that blue one, I actually didn't mind it because it was like the blue is not like bright. It's just like a very subtle, like soft. Yeah, it's not a crazy thing, but either way, it's like, they're always doom and gloom on that subreddit. They're just freaking out.
As I've brought up many a times on this show and on Diggity in the past and everything else, like, the people who populate those subreddits are such a small portion of the player base. and a
Yeah, that's
huge
true.
portion of the player base are going to eat those fucking skins up, and they're going to love them, and they're going
Oh
to buy the
yeah.
battle pass and make DICE a bunch of money. That's why they do
Oh
it. They
yes.
don't. The people who want the mill sim things, it's there already. You have it. You have access to it. You can use it. Now now that they're trying to get additional money, they're going to make other skins that a large amount of people are obviously going to want to buy. Look at Call of Duty, right? And as long
Right.
as they don't get too crazy with it, I think most of this will pass and people will calm down maybe a little bit. But
I hope so.
I hope
Yeah.
so, right? But yeah, I mean, a subreddit, even if it has 1 million people on there, that's maybe a tenth of a player base, if even.
I mean, you got to think it's maybe a couple hundred people in there complaining every day, and the game was a Battlefield record. I think it was like
Yeah,
7 million copies in 3 days or whatever. So like,
yeah.
couple hundred people versus at least 7 million, probably more now. Obviously, it's been like 3 weeks, so like, I don't really take their opinions into account too much. Sometimes there will be one good post, but like that's
Yeah.
like a needle in a haystack type thing.
I don't ever specifically go to the subreddit. It just pops up on my front page, and it's like, ah, fuck, keep scrolling, keep scrolling.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'll see something and I'll foolishly click on it, and then it's just people like, dude, like I don't even know what to call it. It's like doom mongering. They're just
Yeah.
like trying to say like this is the end of it. It's like it's been 3 weeks, guys.
I think the title of this episode should absolutely be Dice Killed My Wife and Kidnapped My Children. I don't think I can do that, but I want to.
That would be pretty. That'd be pretty crazy. But man, it would get clicks.
Yeah, right? And they'd be like, what the fuck? And then I get all sorts of letters from EA and now
Take this
including the
down.
Saudis. Like, it's not a good deal. I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
that'd
no.
be. Yeah, we
You're in a lot
probably
of
shouldn't
trouble.
do that. I'm going to
No.
pass on that one.
Good.
Or I'll put
Good
it in
catch.
parentheses, Nick.
You do the
Come for
Reddit thing.
Nick.
You do /s for sarcasm.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There
yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah. But no, I am enjoying this game. I think it is a lot of fun. It is the multiplayer game that I have been wanting for quite some time. I have said quite a few times on here I bounced off of like Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. They just weren't.
Yeah.
I used to really
Yeah.
like those like World War I, World War II type of shooters, but I really don't care for it much anymore. And
Yeah.
then obviously 2042 was what 2042 was. So,
Yeah.
but
Not really.
I think
Battlefield.
I think this is good return to form. I think it is definitely heading in the direction that we were really hoping for, and I really do hope this has staying power within our Discord because I want to keep playing this. I want it to be
Yeah.
our multiplayer game for the foreseeable future. I mean, I haven't even played Marvel Rivals since this new season started like a
That's a good
month
point.
ago. Like this is now my multiplayer game, and I didn't even want to start Marvel Rivals that last season because I knew that Battlefield was going to take my time. So,
Right. No. Good. Yeah. Not
hell
bad.
yes, Battlefield's back, baby. And I'm gonna wear that blue skin just to piss people off.
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be glorious.
What have you been playing, my friend? Anything you would
So
like to
I,
chat about?
yes, I got a couple. I'll run through just the two that I've played that I know you have not touched yet. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
I don't have
Sorry.
a 10-foot pole handy, so I was
I
not gonna
figured
even
you.
attempt that one.
Yeah. So I did not play the first one. So a lot of the people complaining about it that were like, it is not as role play heavy as the first one. I didn't really have that concern because I never touched it. So it wasn't that big of a deal to me. My kind of hope was it was going to be like a vampire Dishonored.
Oh, okay,
And by and large, I think that's what they tried. But like, boy,
that's always good.
like there's like, if anything, I will say there's some pretty good dialogue between like the two main characters, and like I like the sort of setup that is, where like you're an elder vampire and this person is in your head.
Mhm.
And like that is kind of a cool dynamic. However, all of the gameplay surrounding it kind of like the combat, I'll just say real quick, it's what are we doing? Like you start punching. You cannot use weapons. So you have your abilities, your fists, and telekinesis. You cannot do like you can't pick up a bat and swing it. You don't have a gun. There's nothing like that. So that's kind of already just off. I wouldn't even need a gun. I'd just like give me a knife or some some
Yeah.
sort of thing like that, I guess. Um, but the worst part of it for me is that they when you start punching, the camera automatically goes to this awful fisheye lens,
Mm.
and it has like a lot of motion blur to it, and you can't turn it off. It's 2025. You need to let
Uh,
me turn that off. So I got about an hour through it until I was like, okay. Like there's definitely I said it when I played it. It feels like if this had a Cyberpunk 2.0 type of update, it could be something pretty good. But
Fuck,
like
this
that's
thing
a
has
lot
been
to
in
ask for.
development forever. And it,
Oh, that's
it
what I'm
got
saying.
pushed back how many times? Like, they
Too many
had
times.
all of the time in the world to make this right, and it seems
It's
like it
bad.
came out half baked. Like,
Yes.
it wild to me.
It's very sad. However, to immediately pivot and talk about a game that has immediately shot to the top of my like list for the entire year, Dispatch.
Hell yeah.
Um, I am blown away. I would watch this as a TV show. I love that it's a video game. Um, and as far as I understand it, I think this is all original. Like all
I
of the
believe so, yeah.
characters and like wow, this feels like something that's been around for a long time. Like it just it hits all the right notes. The voice acting obviously is great. The choices are great. I like that you have a cinematic option, which is cool. Where you just kind of watch everything and then
Hmm.
you pick your choices and all that, and then you have the actual dispatch game that you do. But then they also have like a quick time event option, which is kind of cool to use like with the mouse because you have to like click down and like drag left or right depending on what's going on and all that, and it just kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
keeps you in it. But no, it's great. The humor is really good. I really am vibing with that. Um, I guess my only thing is like I understand the first two episodes came out yesterday and it's episodic. I get that, but like I want it all right now. Like,
Yes.
uh,
And that is why I have not pulled the trigger on it. I am going
that's
to
fair.
wait until all of the episodes are out because I know how I am. If I stop playing it, I will not go back to finish it. So I'm
Okay.
going to wait until they're all out so I can just go through all of it and be done with it and not have to be like, oh, right, it's the end of the year. We're going to be talking about Game of the Year stuff. I need to go back and finish this.
Right, that's fair. I gotta say, yeah, it was one of those things where I said after I finished the second episode last night, I was like, if the rest of them were out, I would keep playing it. I would have finished it last night. I would have
Hell
played it
yeah.
until like 1 in the morning. Yeah, love that game. So definitely can't wait for you to pick it up because I'm curious to see how you feel about it. But other
I
than that, yeah.
in the episode type thing, right? Like I was reading a few comments about that on a post specifically about Dispatch, and a lot of people were in the same boat as me. They're like, I won't finish it if I don't play through all of it.
Sure, yeah.
But a lot of people were saying similar things about like Telltale back in the day when they would release things episodically,
Yeah.
or there's been a handful of games that have done it, and there's part of
A
me
Wolf
that
Among Us?
understands why they do
That's also
it,
tough. Yeah.
but I also don't, because video games
Yeah.
such a different medium than shows. I feel like, I mean, there's
Yeah.
similarities to some extent, but people who play games typically play like a game pretty diehard for a time period, beat it, move on to the next thing, or
Yeah.
there you do have some of the people that bounce around a lot. I know both of us bounce around quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the episodic type of release for a video game works exceptionally well. Personally, I think it's a weird
I
thing.
agree.
I
It is.
I just want it all. Like,
Like that's the thing. I like I get it. I understood their reasoning for it because they explained why too. And I guess I am happy at the fact that it's a little different in that I get two episodes and not just one, and you're dragging it out for 8 weeks or whatever, right? Like that
right.
is nice. Um, However, it is one of those things where it is a different medium, and you could totally just do one of those like Amazon drops where hey, whole season's here, have fun. Uh, and I don't know. I think they would. I honestly think they probably would have had more sales if they had
Yeah.
done that because you would have pulled the trigger on it at that point because you
Yeah.
knew you could play all of it.
I,
Like,
if they can keep their game on the front page of Steam for the next month until all of the episodes are out, because I believe they're all supposed to be out by November 14th or something like that.
Yeah, because it would be 2 next week, 2 the week after that, and then 2 the week after that, and it's done.
Yeah.
So that would
if they can keep their game on the front page of
12th.
Steam for essentially a month, right? I
Yeah.
think they will get a huge increase in purchases come that final release date. I honestly think they do. I maybe even on the third set of releases, where like that third week of it, I could see a pretty big increase, because people would be like, oh well, I'll start playing through it, and then it'll be easy to just finish it up here or whatever.
Right. I'll be caught up by the time the last 2 are
Yeah.
out. Sure. Yeah.
And
makes sense.
that also gives them time to build some. I don't hate it, but it doesn't work for me personally. Like, I'm just gonna wait till it's on and play it. But
No, yeah.
hey,
But
I hope it works
it's great.
for them, because it sounds like this is fucking awesome. Everything I've seen about it has been nothing but good conversation. People seem to love everything about it. I'm stoked to play it, but yeah, I'll see you in like mid-November.
that's totally fine. But yeah, that's why I don't want to talk too much about it, because obviously it's all story based like that. But man, it's so good, and like I said, voice acting is great. If I had to just shout anybody out right now, it's absolutely Jeffrey Wright.
Oh yeah.
Every time he has appeared, I am cracking the fuck up. His character is just hilarious, and Aaron Paul is, I mean,
Yeah.
you get to play as Aaron Paul in a video game. That's pretty
fun,
sick.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I
So,
dig that.
no, I'm excited for you to play. It's very fun. So anybody who likes those styles of games, or likes, honestly, just that animation and just getting to do like that whole superhero dispatching premise is both really interesting, and the world around it's very, very well done. I mean, this is Critical Role we're talking about.
Right.
Like, they know what's up. But yeah, no, it's been great.
Yeah, I'm stoked to try it out for sure. I love, like you said, the art style is really good. It is very Invincible-esque, I want to say.
It's very adult. I'll say that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I'll just say this: there's a lot of swinging dick in the first episode, and it was
Never mind,
crazy.
I'm buying it now.
Where's the purchase button? No, that happened, and John and I just went, oh, it's that kind of game.
It's that kind of game. I do love when a game really just, or anything really just sets the tone right off the get-go. Like, for example, The Boys. Like, the first episode you watch of The Boys, A-Train runs through the main character's girlfriend. Like, huh?
He's holding her hands.
Right.
It's like, oh, that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. And then every time you tune into an episode after that, they show, like, the most gruesome kills from the episode prior, and, like, welcome back, fucker. Buckle up. Yeah. But I enjoy that. Set the tone, fucking get it out of the way, and be ready to go. But hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else before I have a lot to talk about. I'm gonna be real honest. I also haven't been on here for like 3 weeks other than the interviews. So
right. Yeah. No. I mean, I will say this one we can definitely both talk about, because I think did you get to play the Arc Raiders Server Slam at all?
I did. I did not get to play much. I played, I think, 2 or 3 rounds. I was working nights during the entire period it was on this server slam. So I had a little bit of time one morning to try to play. I was tired. I was playing by myself, which is completely not ideal for a game like this. No. And yeah, I'm also not typically an extraction shooter guy. So
that's fair.
It's a hard sell on an extraction shooter when you're playing by yourself. You're tired as shit. And like, so that being said, I think it is doing a lot of cool things. I understand the benefit of how it is a slightly more casual extraction shooter in a way.
I would say so, yeah.
I get it. I just don't know if I fully mesh with extraction shooters still. I don't think it's the genre for me personally, especially given that this will have, what, a $40 price tag, I believe?
Yep. Yeah, $40 for the base edition.
This would be something that I am probably not going to pick up at launch. I may get later down the road if we have people that are still playing it in the server on a sale or something like that.
Yeah.
That is not a stab at the quality of this game by any means. This is purely a me thing that I don't vibe with these kinds of games very well at all. But that
I
being
get it.
said, if you like the idea of an extraction shooter, I think this is the best fucking one we have. I think Escape from Tarkov was needlessly complicated and hardcore, and I think that works for a certain audience. I think this is going to work for the vast majority of people. I think it is much more forgiving. I think loot seem to be a little easier to come by. They're not going to do full resets, or you can opt into resets if you want to, but you don't have to. So there's like two
Yeah.
different like queue type of deals that happen there. God, it looks fucking fantastic. It ran exceptionally well.
I bet.
I
Yeah.
have no problems with this game outside of what it is, and that's just again a me thing.
That's that's just a great line. So I totally get your reasons for not picking it up, other than if we're still playing it and all that. It's going to be a purchase for me because I fell in love with the extraction shooter genre because of Tarkov. Shout out former host of the show Matt for getting me my copy that I then upgraded to like their ultimate edition when I was actually into that. But I agree with you on a lot of that, and I agreed even when I was playing Tarkov, where I was like, this is stupid. It like you have a limited amount of time. Like if you're working, you have a limited amount of time when you get home to like do this stuff. And the fact that getting into a raid takes a half hour, and you're in there for maybe 5 minutes, maybe 45, depending on your luck and your spawn and whatever else happens to you, that's not fun. This is absolutely something where I think a lot of people will be able to just come home from work, load it up. Okay, move everything into my stash real quick, or move everything into my loadout, or take a free one because you don't even want to bother with that, and you can just load in and play. I got to play quite a bit more, obviously, because I was not working nights. And John, who is also not a fan of extraction shooters, played with me, and he said it was definitely one of those games where it's like he would probably only play it if it was with a group of us.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. And I thought that while was playing it, I was like, man, I bet I could actually enjoy this if there were more than just me here trying to fend off
right?
people and robots and everything else.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, absolutely. And I was actually playing it solo a lot of the time. Really, I was playing it solo by myself for most of the server slam. I played probably more with people during the tech test earlier this year. Um,
Did you
there were a
squad fill
couple.
or did you go in purely
I went in
solo?
solo.
Okay.
Went in purely solo. Which was like I played the first raid. I can remember this. The first raid I did for this server slam was like a movie because I spawned, ran into a building, and those flying arcs immediately followed. Like just were shooting at me. I shut the door behind me, and I'm like escaping. Basically, they come down through the ceiling because there's a hole in it, and it turns into this chase where I'm like shooting at them and I'm running away, and it's like one domino fell after another almost. Like I just kept getting into a different situation, and I eventually just ended up like having to escape. But it was like fun because it was quick. It's like the raids at most are I think 20-25 minutes, which is like in comparison to Tarkov, they're like 50 or sometimes longer. Um, there's a lot more, as you said, casuality to this one, where it's like you don't have to Tarkov. You have to eat, drink. You have to pack your mags. You have to make sure you bring the right ammo. You have to bring enough magazines. You got to do all this stupid shit that is not worth it. And in this, it's hey, you go in, you grab a bunch of like stupid junk shit on the ground, and you come back and you sell it. And like that's fun for a lot of people. It's fun for me. I really enjoyed playing it. I noticed that like certain things were different. My biggest gripe with it, as someone who really enjoyed the tech test, is like, for instance, if you got to play more of it and you were playing more of it with us, I think you would have felt the same thing I felt, which was there's not a whole lot here,
Yeah.
and they
I felt
deliberately
that
did that.
I felt that even just with the few runs I did. Like it loaded me into the same place all three
Yep.
times. I had
Yeah.
the same shit. I got killed by the same fucking drones.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like the test in May gave us 3 maps, and they
okay.
were all different. And with those different maps also came, I think, just the way that the arcs were around, they were different. Like, there was one in the test that was like a desert, like a buried city in a desert somewhere, and there was like sort of this one main arc that would patrol the middle of the street, and it was like this sort of thing where if you were going to fight it, you had to obviously have more than just your 3 guys. You had to team up with some people, um, which that is probably the best part of the game for me, is that the community that I had personally played with, even just on the server slam, hilarious. They're funny, they're helpful. Even when you get into fights with them, they know they're role playing it too, and like
Yeah.
it's just every interaction was really funny. There's a lot of intensity to it that I think a lot of players will like, that you don't have to really get super far into for it. Like Tarkov, to get into those intense firefights, you have to kind of know what you're doing a bit, and like you have to be lucky enough to survive long enough to actually do that. Whereas with this, it's just like these things sort of just happen. It's almost natural the way it's set up. Um, so I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, my biggest thing was I think they should have given more stuff for people to play, because a lot of people were playing this free for the first time,
Yeah.
and show them that there's more to it than just this one map, and also there's more to this than just, I mean, you could kind of see, right, there's that little arc symbol for
Yeah.
anything that was locked, but it was like, people should be able to at least upgrade some of the benches to level 2 and get a blue item or something like
Right.
that. Just enough to show that there's depth to this. And there wasn't a lot of that. I'm picking it up on literally next week, from now, and I'm probably going to play it for a good bit. I'll be curious to see how long I last in it, because it really does depend on, yeah, like what's the post game look like? What are the quests like? Because that's your main thing, right? So it's like, to just sum it up really quick, Tarkov's quests are fucking stupid.
Yeah. They're a
Like
fucking nightmare.
they're dumb from the beginning, and they're dumb the further you get into it. Some of them are like good challenges, like sniping certain people from 100 meters away and getting only headshots. Like that's a challenge, sure. There's one where it's like you have to dehydrate yourself and live for 5 minutes.
Neat.
Cool. That's yeah. I want to load into a raid and sit there and dehydrate for 5 minutes and then get to an exit and not die. You have to survive, by the way. So you have to dehydrate yourself, then hydrate yourself, and just try to escape, which is usually the hardest fucking part of the game.
Yeah.
So it's just like needlessly, dumb. And like even in, I mean, I kind of felt that in this, but I understood maybe they were just,
Right.
you know,
A little
whatever.
bit
One of
on.
them was like obtain 7 wires. Never completed that quest. Wires are fucking hard to find, apparently. So, you know, but
Uh,
I loved it.
yeah.
I get your reasons though, totally.
I think I had the wire one. Couldn't find wire.
Got the
Also
battery
was
though.
supposed to be getting like the special medal you get from the drones that you can take down. So I tried to take
Oh
down a
yeah.
drone by myself, which was one of them that was like circling around the extraction point there. And I almost took down one of them, and the other one came in and killed me, and it was not good. By yourself, those
Was
are more difficult to take down than I would have thought. I thought they were
was
like,
it the rocket one that got you? Because
I
that
think
killed a
so.
lot of raiders. That
Yeah,
was like the thing that killed the most raiders, I
yeah.
guess, in their thing.
I think it killed me 3 times. So yeah,
They they,
I
they
just
were
adding
rough.
to their numbers, you know.
Yeah, well, they did say that there was some issue with the arcs in this test, and that they were apparently seeing people through foliage too much, like they weren't supposed to. So like
Oh
people were getting spotted unnecessarily easy, which that's probably the biggest get or draw for me in this game, is just how pretty it is and the sound design.
yeah,
The sound design's very,
it
very
was very
good.
good. Yeah.
Like I didn't even notice this because we had never talked in game. I obviously didn't play with you, and the people I did play with weren't talking. I was actually kind of the only person that would talk to other players in game and try to like, see if they were cool or not. Apparently, your voice echoes off of things. So
Oh
like when I was watching a YouTuber, operator Drewski, play, and he was showing how like his friend was talking and he was like singing the I can't remember the name of it. It's the first it's the theme song from Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he's singing it, and you can hear his echoing voice off of like the destroyed bridge in front of him, like the wall. And I was like,
That's
that's
cool. That's
really
really cool.
cool. Yeah, so that's what does it for me, is sort of the atmospheric, feeling that the game gives you. Also, the art is like, it's sort of NASA punk stuff is pretty cool. I
Yeah.
vibe with that. So yeah, I mean, to wrap that up, I mean, I love that game. I totally get it though. I think you would really enjoy it if whenever it goes on sale and you pick it up though.
Yeah.
I think it would be a blast at that point.
I, I think there's also part of me that doesn't want to get into it because I want to keep playing Battlefield, and I just don't have time for both of them, quite frankly.
Season 1 starts the same day, so
Yeah,
yeah, it's like that's going to be a hard one for me. It's like, do I get right into the new stuff in Battlefield, or do I play this? Because yeah, like, I don't know.
I just simply do not have the time to keep up with two multiplayer games. Like, you
That's
get
a
one
lot, yeah.
multiplayer game, and I'll play some other scattered shit over here.
The party stuff, right?
Yeah. So we also all played Repo one night. Not a
Yes.
whole lot more to say there, but still fun. Still a blast to fuck around in that game, and always have a good time doing it. But it was late.
Yeah.
You made it like a round before you were like KO'd
Really,
almost.
yeah,
It was not
I
very
pretty
long.
much. It was more a me thing. I was just like, I didn't really have the will to play it. I was just kind of like,
It's
it
it's
takes
hard
a lot
to,
out of me to play.
it's
I guess
it,
I don't know.
it takes yes.
Not a lot of me. That's not the right term, but you know what
I
I'm
know what
saying.
you mean. You have to be
Yeah.
in the right mood for it, and then you have to hope everyone else is in the mood for it, and that
Yes.
usually doesn't align. And then you get like a person or two that are not in the mood for it, and it kind of just brings down the whole thing. Just because, and there's nothing against those people. It's just like,
No,
yeah,
yeah.
no, I get it. I have checked out a game called Megabonk.
Yes,
Which,
how is that?
so I probably only have, oh God, a little over an hour, maybe two. I'm actually looking at Steam right now to see how much time I have in it. Where are you at? I have 93 minutes. So,
Okay. All right.
hour and a half. I
Still
like
under
it.
that
Yeah,
refund
right.
timer if you need to.
No, I do not need it. Certainly do not need it. This is a fantastic game. It's weird, and I don't know how to explain it. When I was playing it, I did not want to stop, but I have not necessarily had the drive to go back to it. Which
Interesting.
I also owned it for a while prior to actually starting it. I don't know what it is about it, but the drive to play something else has been stronger. That being said, this game's a lot of fucking fun. It is Vampire Survivors, but 3D, and just it's soaked in this internet humor that it can be kind of grating for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But I feel like everything they have here is really neat. It gives you a clear path forward on how to improve your runs and get everything that you need to like unlock a character or whatever it may be. It makes all of that abundantly clear.
Sure.
The upgrade system in the game, or as far as like getting, a chest, or like you level up your XP and then you get to level up an item or pick a new item or whatever it may be.
Right. Sure.
It's addicting as hell. It is the same kind of fucking crack sprinkled in Vampire Survivors, but just in a different kind of like almost rough in 64 looking fucking
Yeah.
3D world. I enjoy it a lot. I do want to go back to it. I feel like this is the perfect Steam Deck game. And I think I had almost 100 hours in Vampire Survivors. So this is my shit for sure. Like, this is
Okay,
absolutely up my alley. Something I really, really will dive into at some point. It's been a weird couple weeks as it feel like it always is. But, and we've been playing a ton of Battlefield. That's
It's
the
every
new
night,
hot
yeah,
thing
like-
right now. And that's what we're doing. But Megabonk is really fucking cool. One thing I do like about it too is each run is only about 10 minutes. So instead of the
That's
half
nice.
hour run from Vampire Survivors, this is much shorter, much easier to jump in, do a couple runs, but then you get hooked and you end up playing for an hour and a half straight or whatever it may be. I
Right.
just kind of wanted to try it out that night and then ended up staying up way too late and playing it. And I regret nothing. It was fun. I'll do it again.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
But yeah, I definitely, if you've ever played a game like Vampire Survivors or something like that, this is absolutely up that alley, or up your alley. If you've ever had any even like slight interest or have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch a video. It's a really, really neat game. It's such a simple concept. You're not shooting, you're not doing anything like that. You are literally moving your character and letting things happen on screen, and it
Right.
is satisfying to watch. The only thing I wish they had is almost Vampire Survivors had this like it was almost like a slot machine type of thing when you would open up a chest and it would like roll through and like
Oh, it
you'd
would.
get this
Yeah.
like crazy explosion of gold and stuff that would pop up, and it was just like this it hit all the right sensors in my brain to be like, yeah, I want that again.
It's
And I
the gambling part of your brain
yeah,
is like
I'm not even big into gambling, but something about
right.
that it hit all the right dopamines.
Yeah.
I don't know, right? But this is a very cool game. And it's dirt cheap. It's like $10 maybe, if even. I think it's $8. I
Oh,
can't
okay.
really recommend it enough. I think it's an easy pickup for probably most people, really. And I
Yeah.
will sink way more time into it at some point for sure.
It looks cool. I've watched you guys play it, or I saw Luke play it the other day. It looked fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh god, I don't know why a game that you don't do anything in is so enticing to play, but it truly is. It's really weird.
No, I get it.
So this is kind of a bit of a story wrapped into also what I have been playing. So I went to our local game shop and traded a bunch of shit in, and they just so happened to have a Switch 2 there. I had no
Oh,
intention of
nice.
buying a Switch 2 yet because I am fully aware that there are very little games that are really worth having it for.
Sure.
Mario Kart World Tour is the big one. That honestly, as far as Mario Karts go, people seem to not be super pleased with it. But that being said, it is new Mario Kart, and in this house we like Mario Kart. And then there's
That is
Donkey
that.
Kong Bonanza, which is the other big one right now. Obviously, Metroid Prime 4 is coming out, and there's going to be more things coming soon, I'm sure, right? Or early
Mhm.
next year, there's going to be a bunch of stuff. But I was holding off on buying this. That being said, I got like $100 more for my in-store credit versus getting cash, and they didn't have anything else that I was looking for at the time, and they had a good price on this, so I went ahead and picked it up.
Nice.
I so I also got Mario Kart World Tour, and we played it that evening. And honestly, I like it a lot. I think it's fun.
Oh,
It's more Mario Kart. I'm sure it's not exactly what people were looking for. My youngest has been just playing it every day since we got it and going around and trying to unlock costumes and do all the various different things. He's going to have all the carts unlocked before I play it again at this point. Like, it's crazy how much he's been
that's
putting
cool.
into it. It's so this is kind of twofold. The Switch 2 is a very nice piece of hardware. I
Okay.
really, really like the Switch 2. I feel like all of the improvements they made over the Switch 1 are very noticeable. Something as simple as being able to go into the shop and scroll through it without it having to constantly load and skip around and do everything. Everything loads. It's very snappy. It's very quick.
Right.
It, shocker, it's a big improvement over the console that came 8 years prior to it.
Right.
Wild, I know. It's it's honestly a very, very good console, and I am excited to have more games for it because I do want to play it more. I want to check out the upgrades that they did to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom on there.
Sure.
There's a handful of games. I went through pretty much all of the Switch 2 exclusive games or the ones that have Switch 2 versions, and there's not a ton there for me right now, right? But
Sure.
there's some stuff there that I will probably check out at some point. The fact that it is backwards compatible, I think, is a great move that Nintendo has not historically been very good about.
No.
They do a little bit better on the handheld side of things, but this hybrid console, it actually being able to play Switch 1 games is fucking incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I really, really do enjoy this console. I just want more to play on it, and so if for that
Sure.
reason, it's still in this weird limbo of right place, right time, and that's the only reason I have one right now. Otherwise, I was
Right.
going to wait until more came out, or a Zelda, or
Sure.
a
Yeah.
Mario, or the Fire Emblem game next year. Like I was going to get it before Fire Emblem. I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. That was going to 100% be the thing
That
that
was gonna be
sold me
the
on the console.
sure.
And Mario Kart World Tour, I think, is a good Mario Kart game. I understand how like the open world isn't exactly what people were hoping for. They're like, oh yeah, it's just tracks connected, and yeah, that kind of the point. Uh, but I think there's a lot of
People
cool
complain
stuff
about
there, and
anything.
I think there's I have a few gripes with it from just playing it for a singular night. Um,
Sure.
like when you unlock a costume for a character, you have to it loads as a new character rather than just being like scroll up and change the costume for a character.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just
It's
weird
just
shit like that. Like why? But as
yeah.
far as the gameplay, I think the gameplay works exceptionally well. There's so many more racers on there at any given time, so the races are chaotic. You can go from first place all the way down to 20th in like a fucking blink of an eye because you got hit by 3 shells in a row because there's 18 people behind you or whatever. I think it's like 24 people or something like that in each
Oh
race.
geez.
So
Wow.
it's very intense. I like the new knockout race Grand Prix that they did where you're essentially you go through different tracks and they have these checkpoints that you go through, and if you're not at a certain place, then you get knocked out.
Oh, you get eliminated. Oh, that's
it's
cool. I
it's
like that.
it's really pretty neat, and it is a great way to get like a medium type race in there. You're not doing a full Grand Prix, but you're also not just like racing a singular course.
It's not like 3 laps and then you're
Yeah,
done. Yeah, right.
I think it boils down to like 6 different checkpoints throughout these Grand Prix.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you got some time.
The battle, so Mario Kart typically has like a battle type game mode. I don't like it in this one. They literally just cut out a square of each or of a map and we're like, here you go. And it's like, this is not a battle map.
Oh
This
yeah.
isn't what I wanted. I wanted,
Like a
I
specific
always
thing.
loved the N64 battle maps, or I liked I think Double Dash had some really good battle maps on it too. This does not, at least from what I have played so far. I think I played about half of them, and there was one that I was like, hey, this one's not bad, but some of them were
Sure.
just straight up. They took a fucking square out of their world, and they're like, yeah, fucking here you go, dude. Like okay,
That's good.
but it's cool. My favorite part about the whole thing is it got my whole family together to play a game
Right.
together, which we
No, that's
don't
exciting.
do as much because everybody was kind of worn out on the Switch, or we had played most of what we wanted to. So it was a new experience. And we play board games and stuff like that, but having
Yeah.
sitting down and playing a new Mario Kart is always a special thing. I think personally as like a family for us.
Yeah.
So I was stoked to have that. But yeah, god damn it, I want more games for this fucking thing because it is a very, very nice handheld for sure. And and on the screen it looks gorgeous too. Like everything about it
Oh,
is
good.
so much nicer.
I'm glad.
So then that sent me down the path of going through the store and seeing what was in the store. And there have been a couple games that I wanted to play from a company called Vanillaware. Vanillaware makes a little bit of everything, but their bread and butter is kind of like a RPG type game, but they also have made like some almost visual novels. They made side scroll, like all over the place, right? But they
Sure.
made a
Okay.
game a few years ago called Unicorn Overlord, and it was on the deepest sale that I have ever seen this game, and I think it is actually the deepest sale it ever has been on, as well as a game
Oh,
called
okay.
13 Sentinels, which is a game I had owned on PlayStation, but I just will never play it there because it's not that kind of game to me. It is much more a handheld game. I picked
Sure.
up both
Gotcha.
of those games, and then I went through all of the virtual game card bullshit to try to figure out what I have to do in order to be able to play my games on different switches, and it's a little bit of a headache for sure. But that
Sure.
being said, I did download both of those games onto my Switch Lite because I am going on a trip next week.
Very nice. Oh no.
Sorry. I'm going on a trip next week and was going to take my Steam Deck with me initially, and now I have some games to play on my Switch Lite on the flight. So I jumped into Unicorn Overlord for a little bit. It is kind of Fire Emblem-esque, but not
Okay.
really. It's like an auto battler, but
Oh,
you set
interesting.
up your party and the fights are very like a Fire Emblem. It's very interesting concept. The first like map you play in is kind of boring because everything's just set up. You're not really doing any party management or anything. And then the world
I
opens
gotcha.
up and you get more party members, and this there's like 73 recruitable characters in this game.
Oh, geez. Wow. Yeah,
Or
you got a bit of work
it's
cut out for you.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm not very far into it. I'm maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours into it. We'll definitely be able to talk about that a lot more. But Switch 2 got me to fucking pick those games up because I didn't even know they were on sale, never even would have checked. And I just happened to be scrolling through the store checking out the system as a whole, which hasn't changed drastically as far as settings and menus and all of that stuff. But
Sure. Yeah.
yeah, just happened to find that, hey, this actually works better now. So
That's cool.
thanks, Nintendo, I guess. You made me spend more money.
They're like very good, very good.
Yeah. And then kind of to wrap some of this episode up as we, have this long October haul of games that we have been playing. Steam Next Fest was last week, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yep.
there were still a handful of demos that were available after it ended, which were predominantly the demos for games that were in like their top played. I did not get to play very many games during the actual Next Fest, but
Neither.
I did get to check out some of them that were still remaining after. And one of them that both of us played together was Roadside Research.
That's awesome. I loved that game.
So the premise for this game is you can play as up to 4 aliens, I think, 4 friends in this
Yeah, it was four of
co-op
us.
game,
I think it was a max of four. Yeah.
and you run a gas station. Your aliens, you are very clearly aliens, and you have a sheet of paper over your face that is drawn to look sometimes human-esque, sometimes ape-esque.
It's
There's
different.
yeah. There was a Batman mask.
Yeah.
So
People don't pay attention.
the animations in this game are wacky as fuck. When you run, you like run with your belly out and back, like flipped
Yeah.
backwards, and everything about this game is so charming and goofy and over the top and fucking weird as hell. It's like a
Very strange.
it's a simulation game, and you're also collecting data on humans, so you pick up their garbage and throw it into the scanner, and then you get data on humans, and then you can unlock upgrades, and
Well, and you have
you're
to run the store
constantly,
too.
yeah, you have to
Like
run the
that's the other thing.
store, so you have,
Yeah.
like, it's like a divide and conquer. Your aliens ooze on the ground, and you have to clean that up, like,
That's so funny.
it's so fucking wonky. We only played for, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour maybe, and
Yeah.
we had a blast with it. I
It was
can't
so
wait
fun.
for this game, honestly.
It was really fun, and I'm typically not always into the party game stuff because it just feels like a lot of them become more of the same.
Yeah.
And I like that this had one, like you said, it had just a lot of like charm, and it was just just really funny. Um, the slapping noise that the aliens make when you sprint or walk around is just hilarious. It lets you get like into the a bit of a role play situation. Like we kept doing like alien voices whenever people would walk by. Watching John run back and forth to fill up people's gas was hilarious. Like it's just it was really funny, and it is something great to play with friends. Does it is it not like out? Is it
It is not out yet. I don't.
damn
I think it's supposed to come out this year, but I don't know when it is actually coming out. I will
Q1
absolutely.
26
Oh,
is
okay.
the release date on Steam, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do remember seeing that. I think originally it was going to come out this year, and I think they pushed it into quarter or first quarter next year. But God, man,
Yeah.
it's just a weird. The business
It's funny.
sim mixed with everything else is just like this strange combination that I wouldn't expect to work. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Schedule One in a way, which I
Yes.
got
Yeah,
into a
definitely.
lot. Like I played the shit out of Schedule One. Um,
Yeah.
it
I didn't
has
that much.
some of those kinds of vibes to it, but it's
Yeah.
drastically different. And the actual business sim is like not even half of the game. Like everything else, the collecting DNA and data on humans is like the other half
Having to
of
clean
it.
up the
And
goop.
yeah, and like
Like
trying to not be suspicious. Like the very first thing it tells you is to like buy rice or something like that, or it
it
was
was
tea. It
tea. It
was
was
tea.
tea. Yeah.
You put tea on the shelf, and then you get customers in there, and it says like check the customers out, but not in a creepy way or something like that. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like
that's a
standing over there. It doesn't tell you how to do it. You just have to figure it out. So you're literally like grabbing tea, throwing it into a bag, taking their money, and then you have to give them correct change as well. Like
yeah.
just one of those weird things that you're like, sure, why not?
Yeah, it was good. I loved it. It was funny how we got tea and it was like 150 people came in like the first
Yeah.
5 minutes. It was like we're like in some like middle of nowhere gas station, and like everybody showed up because we had tea and they also needed to get gas. It was I loved it. I like that you have to refill the gas tank at
Yeah.
the pump. Like that's funny. You have to have someone run back and do that. Like that was the cool thing about it, right? Everybody had a job to do, more or
Yeah.
less.
Uh,
That was nice.
at times you had multiple jobs to do. Like
Well,
you
yeah,
could almost stand to have like six,
it was.
maybe even eight. Especially once you get things really rolling,
Yeah, when you
I
get more
could
than one
see
item, right?
I could see this being very difficult to keep up with just four
It's,
people. But God,
it's like
it's so
you got
fun.
you got business sim, you got party game like goofiness, but then you also have the overcooked anxiety of like you cannot make mistakes, you have to get things
Right.
right.
Which I'm surprised
Like,
John was okay with because John is the one that
yeah.
usually bounces off of those games so
Oh,
quickly.
he
But
to just briefly say on that, only the one and only time he played Overcooked was with me and Leanne, who is our friend who is an actual chef,
oh, he played with me
and
one day too,
oh,
but
and he played with
he
you too.
refuses to do it
Okay.
anymore.
Yeah, yeah. So I think he actually told us that because he was like, I refuse to play because Birdie yelled at me. And I was like, Birdie yells at everybody. We all yell at everybody. It's Overcooked. You have to. And like, he lasted 5 minutes. He was
Yeah.
like, as soon as like Leanne kept telling him to like give him or to give her like lettuce or something like that, he was like, I can't do it. I can't deal with this. And it was like surprising that, yeah, he had no problem running back and forth to fill people's
Yeah,
gas.
he was okay with it. So that's the formula
He
there.
loved
I
it.
think that's a testament to this game. Is
Yeah, you
even
got
John
John
likes
in
it.
it. Yeah,
But
it was good.
in that same vein, we also checked out a game called Crash Out Crew, which is from the developers of Peak. This is overcooked with forklifts, kind of.
Yeah, I was.
And John fucking hated it. He played a round, Alt F4 and uninstalled.
He was done with that one. I kind of liked it. It was just. I think I need to, if I can, I need to change the controls because it just kind of was not working very well for me on the control. Like
Yeah.
trying to stack the boxes and stuff like that, I kept screwing up. I kept like launching them or dropping them when I tried to stack them on top of one another. Oh, sorry, that's what I would do because it's all physics based. You set one down and you pick up another to go and set it on top, and if you run into it, it sends everything flying or
Yeah.
whatever. And like I kept doing that because I just was like I couldn't slow down in time.
Yeah.
So I was like that. I just maybe need to work on that. But I thought it was pretty fun. But I will admit, roadside research kind of took over the night, and that's all I really loved about
Yeah.
that. So we need to play it again, I think.
I agree. I think Crash Out Crew was pretty fun. I don't know if it had. I'm sure later levels get more hectic and wild, and like
I'm sure.
each time you do a level, I think you have to almost choose a debuff at the end of it. Like we had comets
Oh
falling
yeah,
on us on our
yeah, we
second
did.
round. I think it could be fun. I do think it's just missing a little bit of the juice that makes Overcooked so much fun for me.
Right.
I don't know what it is though exactly, but yeah, you're this you play as these like forklift people things. They're not
Yeah,
people.
like
They're forklifts with faces,
yeah, they are.
and you get these trucks that back in. They have a specific order for them. You can only see the order by being over by said truck, so you almost have to like have somebody over there calling out what they need. Like you need an expo essentially for the actual loading of trucks. It's very fast paced. You're moving quickly. If you run into each other, you can send yourself into a frenzy and like just start bouncing off the walls. You can damage the actual boxes and make them unusable or it completely
Yeah.
destroy them. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. I don't know if I've really cared for this one as much, and it also doesn't help that, like you said, it was followed up by roadside research, and that was like in a complete yeah, we're fucking getting this game type of thing.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it does kind of put it in a difficult spot, but I do enjoy these kinds of party games sometimes. The hardest part is usually getting people to play them, especially because yeah, like John would be the one that he's there and he would play it, but yeah, no, he does not like these kinds of games. They're too stressful for him. Also, I start
Yeah.
barking out orders very quickly, and I can't help it. I am so
It
sorry to
is.
anyone who has ever played Overcooked with me. I cannot control it. I'm sorry. I just
Oh,
feel the
it's
need to
fine.
just, you do this, you do this.
I revel in it. It's fine. It works out. It's pretty fun when we play Overcooked or when yeah, like that will probably be a game that I think we'll get at some point maybe when it's on sale. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
Roadside was just a lot of fun, and unfortunately, that's really kind of the only like for me. Those are the only games that I really played from the Next Fest. You could probably count Half Sword because it was part of the Next Fest, but like it hasn't really changed that much.
yeah,
They did show a lot of stuff because they basically were like because we didn't have anything ready for like the Next Fest, we're gonna show like a different thing that we've been working on, um, and there was a lot of cool stuff there. You could see like weapon modification and armor modification, like down to very some like small details. Um, I don't know what this game is supposed to be though at the end of the day. Like I feel like there's some sort of story to it, or there's some sort of like level based system. I don't think it's like a roguelite. I don't know. They haven't really described it. It's always been more about like what you're really doing of like
yeah.
the type of combat. So I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for that one. That's like an instant buy. I think I've actually put over 100 hours into that game.
That's
Uh,
crazy. I've played it quite a
it's
bit, but not even remotely close to that. I do
it's
enjoy it a
it's
lot.
because I just really like it's one of those games where I just if I like I will say I haven't played it as much since Battlefield's come out, but like prior to that, it was just kind of one of those games where it's like I don't really want to play a story game because I don't
Yeah.
have the time. I don't have a multi. It was really I don't have a multiplayer game to play because it's like I don't play COD. I'm not playing really anything else. I'm not gonna play like Counter Strike really that often. So like, it was just something where it's like it's also a challenge.
Yeah.
Like it is legitimately difficult every time. I mean, I'm definitely better than I was when I started, but like I still get my ass beat,
Yeah.
and it's like, but it's fun that way. So yeah, I mean, that's one I'm really excited for.
I have yeah. I have not touched Half Sword for a while, but I genuinely enjoy that game for what it is.
Yeah,
Wonky physics, but sword fighting, and I mean, you can just as easily kill the guy you're fighting as you can get cut in half. And
right,
it's just a great for me personally. It's a great like turn your brain off, or like you said, I don't have
right.
I don't I either don't have a ton of time and want to play a little bit more, or I just want something easy that I can sit here and play and like bullshit with my
That's
friends or
exactly.
something,
Yeah,
right? It
it
fits
works
that
perfectly for
space
that.
very well. Kind of, I
Yeah.
think Megabonk will be a similar game for me. I think that's going to
Sure,
fill a similar role.
sure.
I did check
That makes
out
sense.
2 more demos. So
Yeah.
I'll speak kind of briefly on this one. So I played Marvel Cosmic Invasion. This is
Mhm.
the side-scrolling beat 'em up Marvel game that is coming out later this year. I forget the exact date.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
It is a
December
very
1st.
so I was playing it on my computer on a 1440p monitor, and the pixels are charming, but also like very pixely. Like you can see the individual pixels to some extent,
Really?
which
Okay.
is
Interesting.
fine, and that was an artistic choice on that. Which,
Yeah.
but it almost seems more pixely than the older arcade games like Children of the Atom or something like that, like the older
Sure.
beat 'em ups. And again, I think that was obviously a choice they went for, and I think it works. And I didn't hate it here. I thought it was actually pretty cool and looked neat. That being said, I'm not a huge like side-scrolling beat 'em up guy. I always love
Yeah.
the idea of them because I have a lot of nostalgia for them from playing them in arcades and things
Yeah.
like that. That being said, I feel like that kind of gameplay is oversimplified this day and age. Like I
Yeah.
just I don't love it as much as I used to. I like the nostalgia of it, but I feel like that's where this game falls for me personally. It's like something I could go back to, play for a little bit, and be like, yeah, that was cool, and then move on.
Sure.
All of the different characters they had available in this were a lot of fun to play. Each of them had their various strengths and things they did well. My first group was Wolverine and Storm, and I thought that was awesome because Storm had some range that she could hit with, and Wolverine could get up close and personal,
Right.
and it made for a good combination.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So the demo takes you through like I think it's 2 levels or so. And then I tried out all of the characters. So I went back and kind of played through some of the other character things. The mode that was available to us was the arcade mode, which is essentially like an old arcade where like you have so many. If both your characters die, then you lose and go back to the beginning type of thing. I'm sure there's some way to
Sure.
like continue if you would like, but there's also I think a story mode.
Yeah. Sure.
I do believe this is gonna be multi. I think it's up to 4-player multiplayer, which is cool.
That's what I saw. Yeah.
So it's a really neat game. I do enjoy the what they're going for here. Again, I think it's just that kind of game doesn't work for me in the same way that it did back in the
Yeah.
day, and
I
so
understand.
I tend to bounce off of these. I played the Ninja Turtles one. I tried the Power Rangers one. All of them. I end up bouncing off of them rather quickly, but it's cool.
I get it.
And
Yeah.
if you like these kinds of games, I think this is a good one of them. Quite frankly, so.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah. I didn't check it out.
oh yeah, yeah. I
Like,
didn't expect you would, to
I
be
did.
perfectly honest.
To be perfectly honest, you said it earlier, and I was like, "Oh, there was a Marvel game." Like, I didn't even know that it
Yeah,
was a thing. Honestly, like, I looked it up just now when you brought it up, and it definitely looks. It's not something that I would play either because it's not really my. It's more of like you said, it's a nostalgia thing.
yeah.
Like,
It's a good nostalgia
just
hit, and it was cool. But
it's something I would play with everybody at like Matt's house. Sit
yeah,
down and play it. Like that would be a lot more like of a style of like that's what I would want to play with everybody. That would be cool. But like online, it's just not the same feeling.
yeah,
Like
yeah. That is very much a like if you were playing couch co-op type of deal, I could see this being really fun. Like sitting down out there, having it on the
yeah,
Switch and playing it with my
right.
boys and Amber if she wanted to. Like that could be
That would
really
be
fun, right? But yeah,
yeah,
as far as playing it online, it doesn't have the same feeling. That's a hard feeling to capture, and I feel like that goes back to the arcade thing, right? You were in person playing these games with people, and I think that's where the nostalgia is going to be captured the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's neat.
Yeah.
It's neat, and I need it to do well because I have it on Fantasy Critic.
Don't talk to me about Fantasy Critic, bro. Vampires like killed me. I'm
Oh
dead.
yeah.
Not undead.
The last game I wanted to talk about, and it it I'm sure most people have seen something about it because it took over like my fucking TikTok algorithm. It was everywhere very quickly. Was
Yeah.
Digimon Time Stranger. This is the new Digimon game that came out just before Pokemon ZA, Pokemon Legends ZA or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And people love this one, like a lot. There have been more eyes on Digimon than I have seen since like the early 2000s, and it's really wild. That being said, this game's really fucking fun.
Yeah.
I played through this demo and it immediately went to the store page and was contemplating buying it, but I ended up holding off because I didn't need another game at the moment, and also I have Cyber Sleuth, which was a game from a handful I think it originally came out on the Vita, but it was released to the Switch, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
I have other ways to play this game, or a game similar, and
Sure.
make sure it is something I do want to spend the time and money and effort on. That being said,
Sure.
I do think this demo was fucking awesome. It really gets you into it right off the get-go. There's not a whole lot of tutorial bullshit, like a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Teaches you how to play it because it is drastically different than the Pokemon formula in a lot of ways.
Right.
And with this releasing just prior to a Pokemon game and getting better ratings and more fanfare, I fuck man, we made the wrong one famous, I think. You know, like Digimon's cool as shit. Like, yeah, that
Yeah.
little dinosaur ends up becoming something with 19 guns for no particular reason, or this little fucking seal thing grows into an angel fucking big booba lady. Like, what? Why?
What? Yeah, that sounds like a lot more fun than Pokemon.
Right. It's just wild. It's interesting. You can, like, when you it's not evolving, it's digivolving. When you digivolve, there's like trees, so you can go from like one thing into maybe two things, and then those two things branch into four different things, and it's like
Sure.
it's much more involved, and for somebody who didn't get into Digimon as a kid, it's like a whole new fucking world to me. Like, this all blows
Right.
my fucking mind. I knew a lot of this stuff existed. I had seen it or whatever through, osmosis, I guess, but I'd never
Yeah.
really never really dove into it, and I really, really thought this game was cool. It looks really good. I was playing it on Steam Deck. Didn't look nearly as good as it did on my PC when I finished playing
Sure.
the demo because, I mean, it's the way it is. That being said, it was playable on the Steam Deck, and it didn't run poorly. It just looked a little more muddled, and the
Right.
dark areas were very dark and shadowy, and obviously stuff I could adjust if I wanted to, but to some
Yeah.
extent.
Sure.
But God, man, I will eventually pick this game up. Like 100%, not a doubt in my mind. I will own this game. I just didn't need it right now.
Right. You got other games going on. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it would be something that would be pulling you away from Battlefield every night, and then that's something where you've been waiting for. We've all been waiting for that since fucking June
yeah,
or whenever it was available, like,
right.
or the beta was on. So yeah,
Like, I
like
mean, we just talked for an hour and 13 minutes about only games that we have played this month. Or in the last like 2 weeks. Like, this
yeah,
month has been crazy. I never even
it's
finished.
insane.
I never even got remotely close to finishing Borderlands 4. Like, I got to go back and start over on Silksong because fuck you Xbox. So I bought it on Steam. I'm just looking at the right hand of my screen here where I have a lot of my games that I'm like, I have so much shit to play still. And
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like I have Clair Obscur. I still got to finish. I actually played Silk Song. I did like it. I want to keep playing more of that. Like
yes.
I have a lot of games that I need to
I
play,
need to play
and
Ghost of Yote. Like, that's on
I
my
that
list.
I haven't finished Death Stranding 2. Nick's been giving me shit about it. I haven't finished Ghost
Tell
of
him to watch
Yotei.
Oppenheimer. He's got
Yeah,
nothing
every
but
time.
time right now.
Every time, yeah, really. Every time I bring that up to him, every time he's like, "You need to do this," I go, "You need to watch Interstellar." And
Yeah, right.
he's like, "Fair game." Like, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Um,
So many games.
anything else you want to mention here?
Honestly, no. Like, I really don't have anything that I can. I will mention just honorable things. Like, No Man's Sky just got another update that just came
Crazy.
out, and it's got like you can now go to the gas giants and survive them. There's like ghost shipwrecks that you can find out in space that you can explore because now you can actually just like float around in zero G. Like, you can do all sorts of things there. So that's pretty crazy. Um,
Those devs
then the
are
other
wild.
they're insane. I'm just waiting for them to actually announce like whenever Light No Fire's coming out because
Oh, I'm
I've
so
been waiting for
excited
that.
for
I'm
that.
so excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna look so much different too. I guarantee. Not like different in a bad way,
Yeah.
but like it's just gonna be it's 2 years from the last time we saw it. It's gonna look so much better. Um, I guess another honorable thing that we'll see if it actually happens, just because I pay a bit of attention to it. Body Cam should have an update out for Halloween. So like they're
Doing
adding in a
this
new zombie
zombies thing
map.
again. Yeah.
They're doing a new zombie map, and there's I guess going to be they have like basically two updates, and it's that one which comes with the new zombie map and I think some more like weapons and like basic stuff like that. And then there's a second update that's coming out in like either December or January where it's like everything is basically completely redone. Like there's a new loadout system that you can customize with all of the weapons. Like every weapon can be customized out the ass according to what they've shown. There's a whole new animation system. Every single animation, all that stuff's been completely redone. There's
Oh
now
yeah.
like stress reloads. So like if you get shot in some part of your body and like you're stressed, you're running away or like something like that, and you like go to reload, he might like miss when he's going to put the new mag in, or
Oh,
like
that's
it might
cool.
jam. Like there's all these other things. So um I'd like I here's my thing, like just to end it here, but like I I like these devs, but like man, it's been since like May or
It's been a
April since
while.
you've updated the game. So like I hope that this stuff actually comes out so we just know you're actually doing it. But like,
Yeah.
you know, we'll see. But
That's
yeah.
that's been such a strange game where it
We haven't
came
really
out,
played it.
it
Like
was
we
really, really cool, kind of poorly optimized, but still cool.
that's part of
Little
the
bit
update
of
for
updates here
Halloween.
and there. Like,
Like
yeah, it's
big optimization I think was the other part of that Halloween thing was like making it run better,
yeah. I
which they need.
I'm certainly not opposed to the game by any means. I think it's actually a really cool concept what they're doing here, like adding all of the realism that they have. But
Yeah.
God, man, it's taking forever between updates, and it kind of makes me lose interest to some extent.
Me
Not
too.
not entirely, but I definitely like I might hop back in. But I don't even have it installed currently. I
I
uninstalled it
don't even
not
know
too
why I
terribly
do.
long ago. I was
I
like, we
really
haven't
don't
played
know
this game
why.
for like 8 months.
Yeah, I can't even remember like the last time I legitimately even played it too. Like if I did, I loaded it up for like a round, I got into a lobby and then I was like, "Oh, that's right. It's auto talk on all the time so I can hear everything that everybody's doing." And I just immediately would leave the game cuz like I don't want to listen to that, but no, I mean, it's one of those games where I'm excited. I'm going to play it probably when the updates are out type of thing. And if it
Yeah.
is something where it's like it legitimately just kind of brings everybody back into it, I'll play it a bit more. But
Yeah.
like we got Battlefield.
We
Like
got
everything
Battlefield, baby.
everything comes back to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, and it's just taking over everything. And I honestly do foresee it happening that way for a while. Like I could see Battlefield being our primary multiplayer game through the end of the year, and hopefully into next
I would
year.
agree. I honestly would agree. If they keep up the pace with the seasons and stuff like that too, like
Yeah,
that's going to be pretty exciting. So, yeah.
yeah, hell yeah. So I'm a terrible host and didn't do a our sponsor read at the front end of this
No.
episode. I also don't have a copy of anything we do for that, but we're sponsored by Final Boss and Doc Longy and SCREAMBOX. So
Yes.
if you probably already do that because you've probably been here for a while. Just act like Nick was at the beginning of this episode, serenading you and telling you to purchase things from his friends.
We will
Our
we
friends.
gotta find a he'll find a cut of him saying it in a previous episode. He'll just put that in there
Yeah.
somewhere.
The worst part is I'm going to edit this and upload it, and it's not going to be there. I'm so sorry.
Oh, never mind.
But yes, absolutely go check out Final Boss. Go check out Doc Longy and check out Screenbox and
Yes.
check out our other show. It came from Screenbox, where the guys Nick, Noah, and Alex typically watch a episode of something, or not an episode, usually a movie of something
Yeah.
from Screenbox and do like a review. So definitely check that out. It's a cool show. It's not my show. I'm not the spooky guy. So
Yeah, me
I
either.
sit that one out, and half the time I barely make it here. So what do you want from me? And also check out Roll for Deception. We do a D&D podcast that comes out when it comes out. Don't fucking come at me. I don't.
Episode
Have you ever
releases
tried to
sporadic.
organize 4 people to play D&D for 4 hours? It's really hard.
It's difficult. Yeah.
But yes, we have 2 parties going in the same world, playing on opposite ends of a continent right now, and we are finally getting into some story beats and things like that. So check that out. It comes out occasionally. Just go ahead and subscribe to it so you get notified when it comes out, because I have no frame of reference or anything to tell you on when it might come out. Usually I try to get 2 out in a month if I can, but it's this month it's not going to happen. We're not playing till November, so sorry. But with that, thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
Stay safe out there, and we will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.